Who says you can't get stuff done if you have ADHD? Did I leave the stove on? In my old apartment? No, okay, focus. Focus. Time to do some research.
Hunter, I have some cool videos I need you to watch.
Here we go again. What's up, everybody? It's Hunter Avalone here, and today we are going to be watching the video about the guy who nares his butthole. Now,
No, not that video.
okay, well, I don't want to watch the video about the MAGA guy that nares his butthole either.
No, not that video either.
What's up, everybody? It's your favorite cis white boy, Hunter Avalone here, back with another video. Now, as we all know, the voting season is quickly approaching, and people are getting more and more excited. It's kind of like the holiday season, only a lot more cursed. With this comes an obscene amount of political ads, and specifically, this one guy has cursed Holly's YouTube feed with a bunch of commercials. And this is a conservative running for governor in West Virginia, of all places, and his YouTube channel, let's just say, it's not so pretty. So this guy's YouTube channel is called Chris Miller for Governor, and he just posts a bunch of the cringiest Republican ad campaigns you've ever seen. Okay, Chris Miller for Governor, please, take it away. This video is called Almost Heaven.
We don't have the biggest cities, the tallest skyscrapers, or the best boarding schools. We've got the best people and a way of life that's almost heaven. Okay,
first of all, did this guy sound Southern at the beginning and then just like lose the Southern accent?
We don't have the biggest cities, the tallest skyscrapers, or the best boarding schools.
We don't have the best skyscrapers or the largest boarding schools known to man. What is up with Chris Miller for Governor, man?
Skyscrapers or the best boarding schools. We've got the best people and a way of life that's almost heaven. Faith in God, respect for the sanctity of life, pride in America.
Faith in God? Oh, man. Are you sure this isn't closer to hell?
We're not a racist country. We're the greatest country.
Wow, dude, you should be a rapper. Those are some bars right there. We're not a racist country. We're the fucking greatest country. Wow, Chris Miller for Governor, spitting over here. Also, you say you care about the sanctity of life, but do you care about the sanctity of our eyes? Why would you show us your teeth? Clearly, when you said that West Virginia doesn't have the best skyscrapers or the best boarding schools, you also meant they don't have the best dental hygiene also.
In big cities full of snobs who mock West Virginia, those values are almost extinct.
Oops. Am I a big cityer mocking the West Virginians? Or do I live in West Virginia?
But this is almost heaven. I'm Chris Miller, and I'll keep it that way as governor.
Wow. That was, well, that was almost heaven, I have to say. Chris Miller for Governor. What else you got? Agenda. All right, let's see. Chris Miller for Governor. What's the agenda?
I mean, everyone has their rights, but when it comes to our girls being in the locker room,
the trans shouldn't get more rights than what our kids have.
When we reach out,
say the trans? The trans? We don't have the best boarding schools, or for that matter, we don't even have the best schools. In fact, we are the least educated state in the entire country. The least educated states, West Virginia at the top of the list. Oh boy. So we're gonna take some of the least educated people in the entire country and have them tell us now that the transes are getting out of control? Really?
Our kids have.
When we reached out to Patrick Morrissey, he just turned us away.
And I kept saying, like, why can't you help me?
Patrick Morrissey is literally a Republican who is like viciously anti-trans. Chris Miller for Governor has like a hate boner for that guy though.
To protect my daughter.
I mean, it makes sense why he turned us away.
Morrissey was the go-to lobbyist for drug makers peddling puberty blockers and a gender transition clinic.
He had like some lobbyist past or something. I mean, hey, I'm not defending the guy. He's a Republican scumfuck. It's just funny that like Chris Miller for Governor is essentially mad at this Pat Morrissey guy for not being enough of a Republican scumbag. Okay, what's the... Communist. Just communist. I like that it says communist and it's got a picture of his face on it.
It's not just Harvard. Marxist and communist professors have infiltrated our state universities.
Okay, I swear to God, this man is being coached on how to move like a human being. What is he doing with his head? Over here in yesteryear, you'll find that it's very fine to be picking hay bales. What are you talking about? Why are you doing that?
It's not just Harvard. Marxist and communist professors have infiltrated our state universities.
He's got like 50 people behind the camera, just like, okay, you're gonna tilt your head up, slightly down, move it to the left, slightly down here. I wanna see a little more lip action here, a little less lip action here. I'm gonna take your tongue, you're gonna slightly... There's like a whole directing crew behind the camera telling this man how to move so he looks normal.
They believe the American family structure is racist and want society to replace parents. I'm Chris.
Where are the communists that think the American family structure is racist? And who wants parents to be replaced with society? Is he getting at like, Democrats want there to be more welfare? Democrats want there to be more social services? Because that's not about taking care of the kids instead of the parents. That's about making it more accessible for the parents to care for their children adequately. So I'm not really sure what he's getting at there, but no, this is like a weird boomer straw man that like, you just want society to be your big daddy. Like, no, it's bullshit. That's not true. We just think the government is supposed to be by the people for the people, and it should therefore provide benefits for the people.
I'm Chris Miller, and I'm pushing back. Banning critical race theory is a start, but let's require K through 12.
What the fuck? Dude, this was 2 months ago and you're still on banning critical race theory? You're blabbing about critical race theory in 2024, dude. This was like the big buzzword for conservatives for like 3 months, 5 years ago or some shit, and you're still on it? Chris Miller for governor, everybody. He's gonna ban critical race theory. Dude, Chris Miller for governor, please, please, get therapy, make an appointment with your dentist, and just, I don't know, read a book.
Back. Banning critical race theory is a start, but let's require K through 12 schools to teach patriotism from a young age.
What? I don't think he even understands how fucking radical that is. Teach kids to just love America? Listen, kids, blindly love your country. It's already creepy enough that for a very long time, it was pretty much the norm to put your hand on your heart and pledge allegiance to the American flag, pledge allegiance to your country like a cult or something. If anything, kids should be taught the reality about America. Hey, America has a pretty fucked up past, yes, but America's also come a long way. America's done a lot of great things. America is respected by the world for a lot of good reasons. However, one of the things that makes America great is our freedom, is the ability to criticize America and advocate for America to be better. American voters have the rights and the freedoms to say, hey, I don't like this thing about America. I don't like America at all. And they're allowed to say that, and that's part of what makes America great. Teaching kids blind patriotism is literally antithetical to the foundation of America. I like guns. Okay. Feel a little bit like I'm looking at a future school shooters YouTube channel now, but I think we're okay. Let's see what this video is.
I'm Chris Miller. I own guns because I like them. I shoot guns because it's fun. And it's my god.
Chill the fuck out, Tonka Joe. What the hell?
Guns because I like them. I shoot guns because it's fun. And it's my God-given right. Should it ever be...
What the fuck? My God-given right. So it's your God-given right to have a gun? Can you show me that in the Bible? Thou shalt wield AK-47, thy brethren? Where the fuck is that verse? I shoot guns cause I like them. I shoot guns at my kids cause it's fun. I kill random people that cut me off in traffic cause it's my God-given right.
It's fun. And it's my God-given right. Should it ever be necessary to protect my family from an armed criminal, I will not hesitate to exercise that right. So gun grabbers, listen up.
Maybe he got like shot in the teeth and maybe that's why like he looks like that. And also, to be fair, most Democrats are kind of past the like ban guns entirely. I think most Democrats that are at least living in reality recognize that this is just not going to happen. But what can happen is just more restrictions and more safeguards to make sure that people who are mentally ill don't get their hands on a deadly weapon. That's it. It doesn't mean that people who are law-abiding citizens should have their guns taken away or anything like that. a lot of the times, at least what I personally advocate for, is simply more restrictions and safeguards to ensure that the people who do acquire a gun are people of sound mind and are upstanding citizens who are less likely to go on some kind of mass murder spree.
Exercise that right. So gun grabbers, listen up. Any attempt to infringe upon West Virginia's rights to keep and bear arms will be met with full resistance so long as I'm governor.
It's actually hilarious because, as you all know, I was in a situation not that long ago in which somebody tried to shoot me with a shotgun. They were able to purchase this weapon in West Virginia, and based on what the police told us, they were able to purchase this weapon from a private seller even though they had a fucking temporary ID with no picture on it. They didn't even have a photo ID. They were from out of state, from across the country. They were able to come to West Virginia, show them a fucking paper ID with no picture, and acquire a motherfucking shotgun. Okay? This isn't about like gun grabbers wanting to take your constitutional rights. This is about making sure that insane psychopaths don't have the ability to acquire a fucking gun because they have a little printout that says, I'm an adult. Chris Miller for governor. I hate to use the C word, and no, I'm not going to call you a cunt, although you are one. It's common sense. It is common sense. Chris Miller, conservative fighter. Wait, who's Chris Miller? I only know Chris Miller for governor.
Most politicians have glass jaws. Lightweights who talk tough but don't know how to fight. I'm Chris Miller. I'm not afraid to take a punch, like West Virginia.
Okay. So, new theory, he got punched in the teeth, and that's why he looks like that.
I'm Chris Miller. I'm not afraid to take a punch, like West Virginia has. More importantly, I know how to throw one, like our next governor must, to knock out the good old boy system in Charleston. Lobbyists won't get jobs in my administration. And we'll put term limits on politicians because—
Dude, really? You said you know how to throw a punch. This is your opponent? He's like barely even doing anything.
We'll put term limits on politicians because we need—
This guy's just like— It's like, I'm not being paid enough for this shit. Chris Miller for governor over here is breaking a sweat, though.
Jobs in my administration. And we'll put term limits on politicians because we need—
I also don't know if he means he can actually fight or not, but like, if Chris Miller for governor is implying that you need to actually know how to throw a real punch in order to successfully be a governor, that's obviously ludicrous. This is a caveman mindset right here. What's this one? Oh no, he's definitely a Trump simp.
Running a family business, service is everything. I'm Chris Miller. I started on
Why
the
does that
ground.
feel like the beginning of like an advertisement for fucking Staples or something? Are you running a family business? Well, over here at Staples, we have everything you need. From office equipments to staplers to more staples.
Service is everything. I'm Chris Miller. I started on the ground floor here, and I learned that customers always come first. Good politicians put themselves first. As governor, I'll run government like a business.
This guy needs to run into a local grocery business and get some fucking chapstick. I'm sorry to keep on bringing attention to this man's face, but he's walking through a hardware store and he's sticking out like a sore thumb.
Politicians put themselves first. As governor, I'll run government like a business that treats citizens like valued customers.
Conservative Chris Miller. Like Trump, Miller's a business guy, job creator, outsider.
And
Like Trump. Yeah, so does that mean you are really good at using a bunch of tax loopholes also then, pal?
I'm Chris Miller. And like Trump, I come from business, not
What is
politics.
that? It's like there's something with the movement of his lips and the frame rate of the video that is just so bad. It looks dubbed. You know what he reminds me of, actually? He looks like somebody that got put on that Monsters, Inc. thing, where they had the thing sucking the scream out and left him with like those really big lips. That's what he looks like right there.
Because I'll make insiders the outsiders and give everyday West Virginians a seat at the table. I'm Chris Miller, and I'll always fight for you.
Who's this random guy? Is this Chris Miller for governor senior? I will say this is a very successful ad campaign because I've never been more motivated to go and vote Democrat in a local election in my entire life. So thank you, Chris Miller for governor. I love it. Make the insiders the outsiders. You know what? That was a pretty brilliant line. Chris Miller for governor, you are quite the modern day Shakespeare. That was really, really some beautiful and authentic poetry right there, my friend. Well, this was brutal. I should have just opted for the Nair video. Always opt for the butthole. Always opt. for the butthole. Well, there you guys have it. Some cringy political ads that unfortunately are just going to get more and more common as time goes on. Please click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and become a member if you haven't already so you can get early access to content, special emotes, and more. I'm Hunter Avalone for YouTube, signing out.